Today, I have a very interesting conversation in store for us where we're thinking about portals, timelines, and the fact that sorcerers and practitioners of baneful, high level magic can actually pluck a person out of their highest timeline through a process that involves pulling on that person's soul energy and scattering it and redirecting it into lower, incompatible timelines. Hello, beautiful people. It is Oshun Kimmy, Mother of Mysteries, and today I am back with another conversation about high level sorcery that you can find only here on this channel. So please make sure that you are subscribed because today we are talking about a very interesting type of magic that I call timeline swapping magic, which is a type of magic where a sorcerer attempts to step into another person's reality and kick the rightful owner of that reality off of their destined path. And as I always say, destiny is an energy. It is not a destination or thing per se. So it is the energy of your destiny, which holds all of your spiritual gifts, your generational wealth, and your blessings. And so when we are talking about timeline swapping magic, it's essentially a process where a sorcerer wants to pull a person out of their destined timeline where all of their wealth and blessings lie so that that sorcerer can essentially access the energy of a person's destiny for themselves. So, whatever timeline a sorcerer is trying to block a person from, it is because that sorcerer wants the energy of that timeline for themselves. So we can essentially think of a timeline swap as a situation where someone is trying to move into your house, drive your car, take your job, and leave you homeless while they enjoy the fruits of everything you are intended to receive. That is timeline swapping. And because I do not affirm any such sorcery here on this channel, I am going to declare over your life at this time that your destiny is a crown only you can wear. And if you accept this declaration, please affirm it below in the comments. My destiny is a crown only I can wear. Comment and like this video to seal in this affirmation. Now, let's talk about some signs that a sorcerer is trying to timeline swap with a person. And I think that the number one sign is that a person will experience a loss of previous interests and a sense of disconnection from their true, authentic self. So, a person will essentially feel disconnected from the things that once made them feel happy, whole, fulfilled, and hopeful. Whatever initially lit a person up and made them feel passionate about life, that fire will feel extinguished when a person has been plucked out of their highest or truest timeline. Another major sign of timeline swapping is a regression back into old ways and habits, particularly bad habits. So let's say a person has been sober for months or for years, but eventually they feel an urge to pick back up a bad vice or habit. Having urges to return to old negative patterns could be coming from timeline swapping magic because once a person picks back up old habits, they will naturally revert back to old timelines because our reality and our timelines are constructed based off of our actions. What we do on a day to day basis shapes our reality and our timeline. And so reverting back to old ways can also include allowing old situations and old people, especially old lovers, back into our lives. So now, of course, dreams are always going to give us the spiritual tea about what type of magic is being performed against us. So, when it comes to timeline swapping magic, a person will have a lot of dreams about being driven places or riding in the backs of cars, especially if you are a passenger in your own car. In general, if timeline swapping magic is occurring, a person may regularly dream of travel, riding planes, trains, or buses without actually knowing where the vehicle is headed. And so these dreams symbolize the fact that magic is being sent to make a person feel like a wanderer, to make the person feel lost in their own life, and to make a person feel aimless or like they are lacking direction. And specifically when dealing with situations where someone is driving you somewhere or you are a passenger in your own car, these dreams are signs that someone is trying to take control over where your life is headed and put you in a position where you are just a passenger rather than the driver of your own life. A person may also dream of missing certain types of travel, like missing a plane or a bus. These types of dreams symbolize that spell work is being done to cause delays and missed opportunities in a person's life, which can also disconnect that person from their truest, highest timeline. Now, of course, we're going to talk remedies for timeline swapping magic because I'm never just going to tell you the problem. I am always going to offer solutions as well. So, I would say that the number one remedy for timeline swapping magic is moving with mindfulness and intention each and every day. So, being mindful is about being grounded in who you are authentically, because when you are tuned in with you, yourself, and who you really are, then you know exactly what your destined path is, and you walk your destined path without wondering if you are good enough for it, if you are truly fit for that path, and without questioning whether your blessings are too good to be true. So, being authentic and grounded in the fact that you are a blessed individual, in the fact that you are intended to live a blessed life, is key to working through any sorcerer's attempts to swap timelines with you. You have to know better than anybody else that that timeline is only for you. So, confidence is actually a major key in remedying timeline swapping magic, because if a person does not feel worthy of the abundance and the prosperity truly meant for them, they will repel and block that prosperity every time, which makes it easier for sorcerers to step into their timeline. Because since our destinies are an energy, a vibration, a frequency, we have to be vibrational and energetic matches for the energy of our destiny. And so, if we are in a state of lack mindset, if we have self esteem issues, these types of things are going to block our blessings and our destiny every single time. So, the second remedy to timeline swapping magic is that you must speak life over yourself daily. Your affirmations and declarations over your life are major key. Because trust me, if a sorcerer is trying to swap timelines with you, they are speaking every negative incantation over your life that they can think of. So you have to be sure that your own words and declarations are being spoken over yourself to counteract any negative incantations being sent towards you. Thirdly, I would say that a person who is trying to reclaim their truest timelines also need tunnel vision. We have to be willing to cut out any and all distractions, people, and habits that are keeping us from our destined path and timeline. So, the key is really about moving with the knowing that you will naturally fall into your destined timeline by being more of your authentic and peaceful self. So, if you feel called to book a one on one session with me, I am here and willing to assist with your spiritual situation to my highest capacity. And if you are ready to learn more about the energy of alchemy, of attraction, and join a community of people who are taking their spiritual practices to the next level, I highly recommend you join us on the Patreon, where you can easily gain access to my teachings and where you can chat and ask me questions directly. May divine alignment be upon each and every person who wishes divine alignment upon me. Ashe.